Scientists in Nigeria are expanding their research into the deadly Lassa fever with the launch of a pioneering study aimed at gaining a better understanding of the variation in disease symptoms and comparing them to malaria and other significant infections prevalent in the region. The new research, Enable 1.5, led by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, and local study sites, was initiated by the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, CEPI, and partners. KAFTANTV health correspondent Benedict Uku reports that the aim is to provide a more accurate picture of the disease burden in West Africa and to inform outbreak preparedness efforts, including the development of a Lassa fever vaccine.
First formally diagnosed in Nigeria in 1969, Lassa fever is a potentially deadly disease primarily transmitted to humans through contact with infected mastomy rats. The World Health Organization has identified Lassa fever as a priority pathogen in urgent need of research and development. This led to the initiation of the Enable 1.5 research study, which was first launched in 2019. Speaking at the launch event in Abuja, the Director General of the NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, represented by the Director of Planning Research and Statistics, Dr. Silaru Badaru, explained that while ribavirin, the primary medication used for the treatment of Lassa fever, has been developed successfully, it has not proven entirely effective. As a result, efforts have now shifted towards the development of a vaccine, which is viewed as a more promising long-term solution.
The message is that there is still great hope that Lassa fever will be things of the past once this vaccine eventually have become successful and we have been able to have appropriate, adequate, potent vaccines that could protect the community. The trial will take place after this particular 1.5, which is being launched today. After that one has been finalized and we've understood the various genetic constitution of this virus and then the nature of the candidate virus that will be picked for the study. There is a move towards establishing a facility that will have such capacity in Nigeria, because we don't have that capacity or the capability for now. But we have, in terms of human resource, we have the resource, but in terms of infrastructure or some other resources that will enable us to have that capacity, it's yet to be fully established in country.
The study includes identifying the level of antibodies in survivors and mapping the genetic variation and distribution of the virus strains circulating in Nigeria and neighboring countries such as Sierra Leone and Liberia.
Actually, this meeting really is the kickoff of our next study. So the Enable 1.5 program, which will be now rolled out for the next 12 months, where we really try to get in-depth understanding, like what's the true burden of Lassa fever here in Nigeria, but also like what happens when people are co-infected with Lassa fever and malaria, because that happens very often, and to inform the latest vaccine trials that are happening right now in Nigeria, but also a phase 3 clinical trial that will be starting around 2027.
All the sites are ready to start off, because that's it. We have to start. The community engagement activities are ongoing right now. In fact, some of these sites have already started community engagement, and which is very key. Because you can't go into a community without informing them what you want to do, without telling them the benefits of what you want to do. And even if there is any adverse effects, you also have to tell them, because they will now decide if they want to be part of it. So that was why the other time I mentioned, I said, we must get consent from the participants. They will give us their consent, and we also have it that if any of the participants feel that they do not want to continue with it, they are free to, discontinue with the study without any consequences.
While Lassa fever is a well-known public health threat in the region, with hundreds of thousands estimated to be infected each year, the vaccine, once developed, is expected to offer high levels of protection for vulnerable individuals before any treatment is required in healthcare facilities.